Hello, hello, welcome back. And today we're talking about why you should never be a man's girlfriend. And I know this is a topic that isn't talked about like at all, but once you see all these reasons, you will be absolutely convinced and you'll never lower your standards again. So, before we get started, if you're new here, my name is Amanda, and here we talk about everything leveling up and becoming our own dream girl so that we can live our own dream life. Because that's what we were born to be. So, the first thing. So, first, I'm going to give a disclaimer. I'm not talking about traditional courting, which is where you are intentionally going with somebody and your families are getting together and talking, and it's a short amount of time and you're just seeing if you are compatible for marriage, and then you move forward, and if not, you wish each other well and move on. But the thing is, this is not what most people nowadays are doing, especially most girls. Even if we are in religious upbringings or in the different culture where this is not, where the hookup culture is not accepted, we still fall into the things that are happening on social media of wanting a boyfriend or all of those things, okay? So that is what I'm going to clear up today. And this is another thing. So, first point, no situationships. Because what is that? What is a situationship? Like, it is nothing. It's not recognized by God. It's not recognized by the state. It's not recognized by a man. Nothing. Like, he will just, leave. There's nothing in a situationship. So just don't be with anybody just for free like that. You are single until you are married. Until you are engaged and married. Like, other than that, there is no such thing. If you actually look back to where the word girlfriend, boyfriend came from, it started in the early 1900s when cars first came out and people had a lot more free time and they would just take their girlfriends out or their boyfriends out. And it just literally means a casual relationship, like with no commitment, like nothing serious. Like that is what it means. So there is absolutely nothing to a girlfriend or boyfriend. It is not even a title. Don't even think of it as a title. And I know this is coming across a little bit strong, but I want you guys to see a different angle of it because I come from a different culture where this is totally not accepted. And it kind of seems strict until you see why it was intended. It actually protects our hearts, it protects our minds, it protects our bodies, and allows us to be open with the person that we actually end up being with. Because we see so many of the women today, they've been with so many people through their teenage years, their 20s, their 30s, and by the time they actually get married, they've had so many scars and actually hate men by that point that they can't even have a good relationship. So we're trying to keep away all the bad ones, and keep yourself good. You're a gem. You are a jewel and you deserve the best. So, have standards. Seriously. What are your standards? Write down what you want in a man. What are your desires? And then write down for you what you need to be the reciprocal of that. So if that man is walking around, he actually wants you. Instead of being like, no, I would not want her, right? And don't write anything frivolous. Like he does not need to be 6 foot tall. That has nothing to do with his character or how he's going to treat you or anything like that. He doesn't need blue eyes or whatever people look for these days, okay? Write down character traits because that is what's going to be the same when you guys are 20, when you guys are 40, and when you guys are 80. In fact, character gets better as you age. Whereas looks, they fade by the time you're 50 usually. And yeah, so looks fade. So natural consequences. Give men natural consequences. So what is that? Instead of going after them and arguing with them and fighting with them and criticizing them, which men absolutely hate, if you've ever done this to a man, you see how they completely close off and shut down or get super defensive and start arguing back with you, and it becomes a huge blown out fight. Sorry, I'm trying a new tripod thing today and it's obviously not working. Anyways, I'll hold it. So you see how men act when you criticize them or you start mothering them or any of that stuff, right? They hate it. So do not do that. Don't criticize a man. It does not work. If you guys have ever tried it, it does not work, right? It makes you feel bad and it doesn't fix the problem. So what natural consequences are is you let it play out. Whatever is happening, you let the natural consequence happen. So this is an example. So if you're on a date and you're unhappy with how he's acting, or if he was super late, or if he's being super like inappropriate or mean towards the waiter or whatever, leave. Get up and leave. That's a natural consequence. You don't have to explain to him why you're leaving. You don't have to explain like, you need to be this way and I expect a man to be like this and I expect a man to treat me like this. No. If you're having to use words to tell a man what you want and what is acceptable and not, that means you don't have it embodied in your energy. Okay? If you have it embodied in your energy, you will never have to tell a man through words, because words is actually the least most effective form of communication. If you look at it from an evolutionary standpoint, like how science has come up with, Homo sapien as a species has been around for a while, but words has only been the last, 10,000 years they say or something. So it's brand new. It's brand new to our genetic code. So communication through words is the least effective form. We're still learning how to do it, pretty much. So the more effective ways is by your actions and by what happens and by your tone and your energy. Okay? So even if you're in a marriage and if he's on his phone while you're with him on the couch and stuff, get up and leave. Don't just be with him and wait for him and just be wanting him to be giving you attention. No. Get up and leave, go to a different room, go watch a movie, go out with your girlfriends, go do something fun, do some self-care. He'll start noticing that your energy has moved off of him and he will start wanting to win it back. But he'll only be wanting to do that if you are open and sweet and fun and full of life and all of that, right? If you are being super mad and critical and harsh and judging of him all the time, he's not going to want to make anything better. That's just how men are. So that's why natural consequences work so good. And you can also say, I see you are busy. I have things to do too. Maybe we can do this another time. If you're on a dinner date and your husband is being on the phone. That's one way you can say it. And another point. You are single until you are engaged and married. Okay? There is nothing before that. Girlfriend is not a title. So it's not in the religious books. It's not recognized by religion. If you look in the Quran, look in the Bible, look in the Gita, look in anywhere, you will not find that anywhere. Okay? And it's not recognized by the state. It's not recognized by the government. If you say it's not considered a relationship at all. And even men don't recognize it, right? A man can be with you because you are begging him to be with you and are just throwing yourself at him and just giving yourself to him and letting him, touch you and kiss you and have kids with you. He will probably be with you because you're nice and easy, right? Yeah, he'll probably be with you. But he's not going to feel anything for you. He's not going to feel like you are worth it or you are a gem or you are a woman that he cannot afford to lose in his life, right? And even if you have kids with him, he will still not feel married to you. He will get up and leave, at a moment's notice. He just won't feel attached. He's not a woman. Women feel attached once you have kids, but the guy does not, okay? It needs to be his idea to want to commit to you and want to marry you and be with you. Otherwise, you're going to be the one leading the relationship and trying to convince him to be with you and beg and plead and do all that stuff. And no, you are not a peasant. Start acting like, a goddess, And I know a lot of people have a hard time with that word, but that's just the energy I want you to have. Goddesses don't beg for someone to stay with them. No, they go find someone better who is worthy of them, right? And I want the same for you. And I'm just saying that men completely do not feel married, even if they have, the act with you and you start feeling attached to them because your hormones start going crazy. And this is evolutionary, if you study it in science, how they say it, or it's completely proven by science that when you sleep with a man, you start feeling attached to him because evolutionary, and I'm just going to use that word, that was for whenever that act happened, it was expecting a kid to happen, right? Because birth control is extremely new. And so it's trying to protect the kid and the pregnancy, so it's going to make you want to be with that man, for the safety of the kid, because it's more stability and at least there's someone there to provide and protect. That's what the DNA is thinking, right? So it's going to make you overlook all the red flags. It's going to make you think he's the best person ever. It's going to make you so attached, and you will not see any red flags. And that's super dangerous, okay? That's like being on drugs. It's like when we tell someone don't be on alcohol on a date, and then it's kind of like you're doing that to yourself when people do that. So, another point, stay pleasant. Don't get triggered. If a guy wants to be with you and take you home with him or something, of course that's a compliment. That's what every guy probably, they want to do that. That's nothing strange or abnormal or nothing. So don't get mad. Just be like, no, that doesn't work for me. Stay pleasant. Don't be triggered. It has nothing to do about your worthiness or why is he doing that to me or whatever. Just move on. Okay? Just move on. If someone is not for you or he isn't a great guy, just move on. There's a better one coming. And if you accept the bare minimum, that is what you'll get. Don't be afraid to lose him. And that's an important one. Because you want to be the one in charge, kind of, And I know that sounds like a bad word, but you want to be the one wielding the power. And if you're the one afraid to lose him, you're going to be the one kissing up and trying to please him all the time and make him happy and everything. And that is not going to make him have any desire for you at all whatsoever. He needs to be the one planning and plotting on how to keep you. So you should be the one. We all see it in the femme fatales and the seductresses in movies. They're super unbothered and leaned back and playful and fun, and they could care less if that guy is coming after them or not, because they have so many others they could choose from, right? And that is such a high-end energy, instead of the desperation clawing onto someone please don't leave me. No one likes that, especially men. And don't be afraid to lose him, because that is what will make him chase you. And men, if they're masculine energy, they want to be the chase. They want to be coming after you. They don't want to be the one being penetrated, right? Because masculine energy does not like to be penetrated. And when you're chasing him and being masculine and going after him instead, that's going to have the complete opposite effect. It is not in your favor. They love to chase, so make it hard. Be sweet and kind and super loving when you're with him, but don't be pining after him when you're not. You have so many other things to do with your life. Make it hard. We appreciate what we work hard for. That's why you can be a Chanel bag or just a $25 bag at just a regular store, right? There's not a lot different between a Chanel bag that's $60,000 and a regular $25 bag, right? They're both made out of leather, probably, and they both have stitching. But what's the difference? One just decides that they are more high-end and they have a price tag and they don't discount themselves and they make themselves look nice, right? And I'm not saying you need to go overboard with that. Just look presentable and be clean. That's it. It's really not that difficult. So you choose whether you want to be in the $25 bag or the Chanel. That's up to you. And so level up, level up. That's what this is all about. Don't be throwing yourself at a man. Letting him in and letting him kiss you on the date, or letting him, touch you or be intimate or be going to his house. Because when you allow that, he knows you're letting every other man out there do that to you. So then he's putting you in the part of his mind that is not thinking about wife material, right? He's not thinking that you're marriage material when you do that. Because he knows whatever you're letting him do to you, you're letting every other man out there do. Which is probably true or not, I don't know. But usually that is what is true, okay? So have standards, and men like that, okay? They really do. And there are good men out there, I promise. So, for your safety and to protect you, don't be intimate. You'll have a hard time leaving him if he's bad because you've given him so much. So this is another thing. Don't be sending him pictures, and not just inappropriate ones, but even just regular ones of just selfies of you or just having fun. Because when he wants to leave you, you will feel devastated because you've shared so much of your life with him. Okay? And in the culture that I come from, you don't even allow a man to take a picture with you. Because then he has access to your energy even when you're off married to another man. Okay? This is deep. So don't even just be sending him pictures. Don't be texting him, whatever. Let him be leading the relationship. Let him be chasing. And he needs room and space to do that. So let him take days to notice that your absence and then want to text you and call you. And then of course be loving and, warm when he's there, but don't be going after him. Yeah, because it won't give you the effect you want. So be a man's dream. Be a man's dream, but your version of it. Be beautiful inside and out and intelligent. And do not pay, okay? Do not pay for a man. And I know this is countercultural, but we're wanting to be happy, not politically correct, right? So do not pay. I was listening to a story actually last year, and it was my friend who their family is really, godly and everything. But I feel like a friend of theirs doesn't really know how to play the game of relationships. So the story went, this girl was dating this guy and courting, they don't do the dating thing. And he got into trouble and he got put into jail. And so she worked super hard trying to get him out of jail, trying to be such a good girlfriend. And she got the church to give $17,000 to buy him a car because he didn't have a car. And so once he got out of jail, guess what happened? Did he stay with her or leave? Yes, he left, right? He did not want to be with her. And she and everyone else is I can't believe he left. She did so much for him and everything. And I was I know exactly why he left. I didn't say it. But it's because he didn't feel like a man with her. She was saving him. She was penetrating him, and that's not what he wanted. A man wants to, in the thing of save, so-called, a woman, not be saved by a woman, right? So that's why he left. So you'll never win a man's love by doing things for them and buying them things and getting them out of trouble and trying to prove what a good little wife you'll be. That is not what will win them over. Because you see, men and women, they fall in love differently. You fall in love. A woman falls in love by being, loved and appreciated and seen and heard and be given gifts and being taken out and being provided for and protected. But a man does not feel love that way. A man feels love completely different. He does not feel loved and appreciated when you're the one paying for him. It makes him feel emasculated. And that's just how our genes are. That's just how it is. So just keep that in mind. And, here's another thing. I love this sentence. Raise your price and then add tax. And don't fall over when a man compliments you. When a man tells you, oh, you are so beautiful. Wink at him and say, I know, with a smile, fun. Be playful with it. Instead of being oh, you think so? Don't act like you've never heard it before, because you are beautiful. Okay? So, definitely do that one. And just be fun, be fun. Have self-esteem and self-worth. Because a lot of women these days, they're career women, they have so many things going for them, they have so many talents and achievements, and so they lead with that. And that is not what impresses a guy. Okay? That is what you are impressed with that a guy has, but he's not impressed with it when you have it. Sure, he appreciates it, but don't lead with it. Have self-esteem and self-worth. Because all these women, they have such high self-esteem, they're I can run this multi-million-dollar business, I'm the CEO, I'm this, I'm that. But they have no self-worth. They'll just stay with a man who strings them along for 8 years without a ring, and they'll still be staying with him. That is not called self-worth, okay? Because a man knows within like the first like laying eyes on you whether you're the one for him or not. Like he knows. It doesn't take 8 years for him to know. It doesn't take a year for him to know. Like men will tell you they know right away. And I've experienced this, where men are just, they know right away. And you don't have to do anything. In fact, the more you try to prove yourself and say, I'm so worthy of you and I have so much of this that I will provide you with so much value if you marry me, that's going to make them want you even less, because then they know that you think you have no value of what you innately have and that you have to, add to it with all these external things. Okay? Because truly confident people, they don't go around saying, I'm so confident. Like, they don't go walk in a room and like, do you notice I'm so confident? Like, I'm so confident. No, they don't do it. You just automatically notice, right? And it's the same with this. So be playful and mysterious, with an open heart. Be playful, like I love to do this, and it's so fun. And everyone loves it too. Like, guys love it, women love it. It's just fun to be playful with life. So like there was a young man that was asked, I was walking back to my car and he asked like, so how far away do you live? And I didn't want to tell him. I knew he was interested in me. And so I just kind of like playfully looked at him and said, quite a ways, Like I'm not very, jokey or anything. Like I don't come up with anything like out of the ordinary. So you don't have to either. But just be like fun, like little quips like that, where you're not telling him the answer, but it kind of makes them always remember it, and then they want to know the answer. It's kind of like when someone has a secret and you want to know the secret and it just stays in your mind and you just want to know. Use that to your advantage for other people, Have like kind of like little secrets like that where it's just in the back of their mind where they just want to know more about you. And that will totally play in your favor. So I hope you guys liked all these tips. I know they were super like strong and people don't talk about them very much. But I'm just like, these things need to be talked about because women are being lied to left and right out here, right? And I want you guys to have like the confidence and the self-worth and be going for, what you deserve. You are worth it. And if you don't believe it yet, then definitely check out my course down below called Divinely Favored. It will completely reframe your mindset, completely change you inside and out, and will make you a completely different person. Because that is what I've done to completely revamp myself, and it will do the same for you. And also, if you're interested in, I also offer health coaching. So if you want to like get into your dream body and your dream weight, then definitely, DM me, or in the link below, there's also a free play sheet that you guys can get that's absolutely amazing, and you'll get my email that way, so you can email me and we'll set something up, because you deserve to look and feel your very best. So I'll catch you guys next time, and I hope this was super helpful for you all. Love you. Bye.